All right, cool.
All right, Shalom. Well, the Hebrew Israelites coming out week in, week out, prophesying the downfall of America, also known as Babylon the Great, the Holy Scriptures. All right, giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Avakakadash.
Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstone, Shalom to the hope of the elect. God damn. Right when it started.
Chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as a oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Yep, all the proud, all that do wickedly. You know, there's a time and a place for pride, honestly. When you think about it, Esau coming in with the microchip, you gotta have a certain level of pride to resist it. You know, going against the vaccination, coming out here. So, you know, we're strong against, all right, Esau, Edom, and these nations. All right, but that's talking about being proud against the Most High. All right, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And everybody that's proud against the Lord is going to be destroyed. All right, that's what that day that burns like an oven. All right, it's going to be for. Okay, read that. Start at the top again. Read it again.
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as a oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And you see right now you got all these firefighters, man. That's why I pulled that out, because these firefighters are here to fight a little fire, but what's going to come is a fire that which Esau is not going to be able to put out, man. Okay, the proud and all that do wickedly, which Esau, the so-called white man, he's the most proud. Okay, that day is going to come, that shall burn them up, and it's going to leave them neither root nor branch. When this place is destroyed, it's never going to come back, man. And these Edomites are so-called white people. When you get taken out of power, you're never going to spring back up. Okay? It's going to leave you neither root nor branch. There ain't going to be some elite somewhere high enough and work some witchcraft and spring this civilization back up. Okay, once you Edomites go out of power, you're going to stay out of power. And that's going to be when the Israelites come up. Forever. When you read in Daniel chapter 9, it goes into Yahushai's kingdom, how it's going to be an eternal kingdom. So we're going to reign with him for 1,000 years, which spiritually means forever, till eternity.
Yeah.
It says, but unto you that fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Meaning Yahushua is going to come, save us, and relieve us of all our infirmities, all the suffering, the agony we went through as a nation being in Babylon. These sickly bodies, we're going to get new bodies. So Yahushua is going to come with healing in his wings, those chariots, man. When we get beamed up, we're going to get new bodies, man. New bodies that can't get sick, new bodies that don't feel pain, that don't hunger, that don't feel the emotions of suffering. Okay? And this is a thing that actually urges us to keep on going forward. Okay, knowing that there's redemption for his life. Okay? Knowing that there is salvation for us, man. That there's going to be peace, comfort for us. Okay? The stuff we're going through now is just to relieve you or help you purge those impurities you have. Because if you realize why you're going through this, because you're a fuck up. Okay, because we're sick. Okay, and so we don't get puffed up. Because the scriptures tell you that knowledge does puff up.
Everything we're going through is a lesson. You know, you learn it, you gather and understand it. You know, even the rough times that you go through, the patches, that you go through where you might be weak, all these different things, all for a lesson. It's for you to understand, you know, this thing is all, it's not of you, you know. Nothing is of you, you know. We're coming out here on the highways and the byways, it's because the Lord is having us do this. Everything that everybody's doing, man's going to the Lord. How about you outside having everything happen? He controls everything, all right? Esau, Edom was created, you know, for the day of evil. It talks about in the scriptures, Malachi 4:1 says, the day cometh to burn like an oven, right? And so, what was Esau created for, man? All right? To, you know, create these nuclear missiles, all right? Put the earth in this state of turmoil, you know, ultimately have these missiles be shot throughout the four corners of the earth to judge the earth, all right? Because everybody's walking around here, you know, not reverencing Yahweh Bashim outside. They don't know the Lord. They don't know the law, statutes, and commandments. Being wicked, basically.
It says if 4 and 1 is going to burn, that day comes, it's going to burn them up.
Yep. You know, doing all types of wickedness with no thought or inclination of, man, am I doing something wrong? You know what I mean? Should I change this? You know, these people, they don't have these type of thoughts. Maybe some of them do, all right, but it's not towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because they don't know the Lord, man. And the Lord's going to save those that know it, all right? And it's not of works, it's not of you, okay? It's by election, man, all right? And you having faith and maintaining that faith and hoping that you're of the election, you know, is what it really comes down to.
So Isaiah chapter 54, and I'm going to start at 14. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, and thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold.
And that's what we're hoping for, is that everything that we're doing now by, you know, following Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability, that it's going to be a payoff. Alright, real quick, let me interject. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? And so us doing this work, we're seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? We hope for a reward, you know, when the day of trouble comes, you know, when all hell breaks loose. Okay, we're hoping Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai defends us and has mercy on us, man. You know, keeps us from getting marked, you know, getting that chip, keeps us from getting, you know, that jab, you know, keeps us from, you know, hopefully going into a concentration camp or being murdered or, you know, starving to death, any of these things, man.
This is Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yep, to try them that dwell upon the earth, so that, hey, we don't, Lord willing, we don't take that mark, man. You know, and if we get put into situations, we hope that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai gives us the power to overcome those situations, man. And that's one of the main things, is that you have to realize, you look into the Old Testament, okay, you had men that were slain for the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the prophets. They were stoned, they were beaten, they were murdered, man. All types of calamities came upon them, man. And so you believing that you're a prophet coming back, all right, you got to prepare yourself for that, for that type of test, man. And hope Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai gives you the power, the strength, the energy to actually go through with what, you know, to stand firm, even in the face of such adversity.
Verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy breath.
Yeah, that's why we, you know, you brothers talk about, hey, don't worry about your family, forget about your kids, forget about your family, this, that, and the third, because, not because you don't care about them, because we, you know, we're just like some kind of monsters out here. It's because we understand our lot and what could come with that. All right, And standing up for righteousness makes you an enemy in the eyes of this world. It makes you the wicked one, man. You know, you against homosexuality, you the devil, man. You against you know, little kids being transgendered. You know, you against this system. All right, you're the bad guy. You know, good is set against evil. You know, and evil is ruling the earth right now. All right, Esau done nothing but wickedness. Even going back to the 50s, 40s, 50s, 20s, it was all about, you know, adultery. You know, they were smoking cigarettes. They weren't conducting themselves according to the law, statutes, and commandments. At the time of slavery, they was treating the slaves, feeding them pork, murdering, raping the wives, children, molesting little kids. They're doing all types of wickedness, man. These are not people of God. So since Esau's inception, man, even though he pushes that whole, you know, Christianity, and he's, you know, the so-called white man is Jesus and all this, he's the savior and all this shit, he's done nothing but wickedness since he fucking came into power, man. From the time he was the Greeks, from the time he was the Edomites, from the time he was the Romans, you know, to now when now that he's the so-called white man, now he's fucking all over the place, taking on all these different nationalities like German and French, Spanish, you know, he's the Jew now, all right. But that, you know, these are not the people of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're not calling upon the Lord. They're not conducting themselves in a godly manner. They're not ruling the world in righteousness. They're all about fucking surfeiting, man. They're all about money, gain, power. These wicked elites, they control everything, and they still not happy about it, man. All right, they want to have control over your soul, man. They want to be like the Most High. They're never going to stop. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai has to destroy these people. All right. That's why, you know, the brother brought out Malachi 4:1. All they that are proud. Hey, because look, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the Israelites, man. And the reason why we went down was because, first and foremost, prophecy. And because of the wickedness we were doing, man. We weren't keeping them, and we're still not keeping the laws, man. We're still, you know, not right. Hey, that's why Yahweh Shai said, he that is whole needeth not a physician. He that is sick needs a physician. I'm sick, man. I need help, bro. We all do. All right, we're here in Babylon. We're all jacked up, man. All right? We're all experiencing different things.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 41. Even so now, seeing corruption has grown up, and wickedness is increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so? Wherefore shall it not be so now also? Pretty much telling you that great judgments are going out throughout the earth right now. Here it is. Some form of judgment took place right here, man. You got cops blocking off the street, you got firefighters. You know, some form of judgment happened or is about to happen. You know, they're saying they're shot for somebody. Why? Because wickedness is increasing this world. You know, I was looking for another scripture about during the times of the Greeks, the wickedness flourished in the world. You know? And the Greeks were Edomites, man. So, you know, this kingdom can never be righteous. It has to be destroyed. You know? And it's going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra. That's like Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created a waster to destroy.
Yep. See, Yahweh Shem Yahushai created Esau for this time, man. For the time of evil. We're at the end of the world, man, the final judgment. Alright, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to come back, alright, and bring wrath upon the earth for all the wicked deeds that have been done in the earth, man. And us, we're calling upon Yahweh Shem Yahushai, alright, hoping that the Lord hears us, alright, has mercy on us in that time, the day that shall burn like an oven, these nuclear missiles. Why do you think that there is even a thing called mutually assured destruction? Yahweh Shem Yahushua set that up so that if one nuke gets set off, all of them get set off, man. Right? Because his purpose, his determination, all right, is to destroy these nations, man.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 6. Know ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Yeah, how? You got some people that understand that, what's going on. Majority of people don't have a fucking clue what's going on, man. Majority of people just carrying on with their normal life without a thought or care in the world, man. They get unemployment right now. They're happy about that. No thought about what's going on in the Middle East, what's going on with Russia, what's going on with China. All right, you got certain people raising up alarms and everything, but you can tell nobody's really worried about it. See, but it tells you in the scriptures how he, all right, mourn, be in pain, man, because great miseries are getting ready to befall the earth, man, and it's starting off slow. We're in the beginning of sorrows, man. Remember, we're not on this world's time. We're on the Lord's time. The Lord is going to do it how He wants to do it, man.
It's going to come as a thief in the night. Look at what happened with the cyber attack on the oil right here in America. It got said that the East Coast, the Midwest, in panic. Gas prices are skyrocketing. But meanwhile, here in California, people are really tripping. Watch when it starts to affect California. Watch when people are starving. Watch when people can't go to buy gas. Watch when people don't. They go to the supermarket, they can't buy food because the truckers can't bring the food. Then they're going to begin to howl. Then they're going to begin to cry and shout. And they're not going to go to the Lord. They're going to go to Esau. They're going to be crying to Esau. Asking Esau for help.
They're going to be tearing up these cities, man.
Yep.
They're going to be going out protesting and rioting and acting all foolish, doing exactly what Esau wants them to do, so he can justify himself in murdering you, man. And the main population of the people that's going to be affected by this is the poor, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are, a lot of you are living in these different poor neighborhoods and poor conditions. All right. So when the system collapses and there's no more programs for help, there's no more unemployment, there's no more EBT, SNAP, or there's no more Section 8, man.
Inflation.
All the prices are going up. What are you Jakes are gonna do? You're not gonna call upon the Lord. You're gonna go out and fuck shit up, man. And then what's Esau gonna do? He's gonna murder you. He's gonna murder you.
Now ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a desolation from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Yeah, they're gonna be amazed. They're gonna be like, how is this happening? What's going on, man? They're gonna be confused. They're not gonna know what's happening, even though it's been right in their face. The answer's been right in their face the whole time. It's because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing judgment upon the earth, man.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Now, in the scriptures, it calls us all sinners. See, but we're actually seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. When it's talking about sinners, it's talking about those without the Lord, man. Right? Because in the truth, there is no sin. In Yahweh Shai, you're under grace. So we sin, but we have propitiation. We have an appeasement for that wrath, man. All right, we actually have a mediator between us and the Most High, because we are we acknowledge our offense and repent and asking for forgiveness. We're at least doing the minimum requirements, to appease Yahweh Shem Yahushua for the stupid things that we might do, or just for being in this, what we're in, the condition that we're in right now.
This is Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua Mashiach.
There is no condemnation to them that are in. So if you are in Yahushua, the Lord is within you. There's no condemnation to you if you're of the elect, man. That's why it tells you in the scriptures there's you know, we know, I believe, roughly paraphrasing, it says, we know that in Yahushua there is no sin. Okay? So when it talks about sinners, it's those that are without Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
Who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in the Mashiach Yahushua had made me free from the law of sin and death.
Yeah, have made us free from the law of sin and death. Alright, so now, instead of us going off and getting stoned to death, now we go off and we can go to Yahushua and ask for forgiveness, man, because we have an offering that was made in blood by the only begotten of the Father, the Son of Most High Yahweh, okay, which was a sacrifice to cover everything, man.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Yeah, what the law could not do, right? Because animal sacrifice wasn't enough to deliver you, man. Alright, in our flesh, we are subject to sin, man. It said that there was not a righteous man on earth that did not sin. King Solomon, alright, it said that he made himself to know madness and folly. You know, he went totally off the hinges, man. And that's the Lord, man. That was King Solomon. You know, King David. You know, you have all these different examples showing you that we're just men, alright, and that without Yahushua we have no hope of salvation. So the sinners of our people are those that reject the Lord.
Yeah, we've seen every time King David went off, he would return to seek the Lord. And the Lord called King David a man after his own heart. The Lord loved King David, that's why. When David did go off, the Lord didn't just strike him. The Lord chastised him, but the scriptures tell you that the Lord chastises who he loves. So when he did go off, the Lord punished him, but he didn't destroy him. He had mercy on him still, because the Lord loves David. And when you read the scriptures, it calls us the house of David, the beloved. Because David means beloved. This is verse 6. Verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yeah, the mind of the flesh, you know, it goes after the things of the flesh. It's worried about, you know, moving up in this life. Okay, it's not worried about how to serve Yahweh Shai. The mind of the flesh isn't thinking about, you know, coming out doing this work. You know,
Sorry for cutting you off, but the mind of the flesh is a bug out. Somebody's always bugging out because he's worried. You know, worried about the flesh, worried about this world. That's why people can't come into the truth, because they got too many worries, man. They got too many what ifs. They think carnally way too much. They love the world. They want to be able to make it in the world or be part of this world. When you're in this truth after some time, you learn to find peace. You learn, man, this place is going to be destroyed. I don't worry about this. You know, it brings a peaceful spirit. We catch out, but we always find a way back to that peace. You know, we always overcome it.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with, you know, because we do the work, man. A lot of that stuff, a lot of the mercy that you receive has to do with you doing the work, man. You know, that's why you're not through. A lot of us are blessed, man. A lot of us have really good situations.
I mean, if you're not in shit alley, you know, it's a fucking shelter, you know, and you're able to rest, have some peace and quiet, at the end of the day, you're blessed, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is doing things for you, even though you might not see them. You know, because the main operation of our life is to do the work and to keep Yahweh Shem Yahshua as lost extra. If there's something preventing you from doing that, you need to work on it. But the Lord provides so that you can do those things. And if He's doing it for you, He's doing it. You're blessed.
Back to Isaiah 54.
This is St. Luke, chapter 6, verse 20. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled.
Yeah, why you poor? You poor, all right, because you're in this world, you fucking depressed, man. All right, you living in conditions that you really don't want to be in, man.
That you're really not supposed to be in as an Israelite. You know, other than the curses. But naturally, Israelites are a nation of kings and priests. We're not supposed to be at rock bottom. But the Lord said, hey, if you guys don't obey me, I'm going to do this to you. That's why Jake always feels fucked up. Because we know there's got to be more to life. And there is more to life, but there's a block there because of our sins. And Yahweh said, blessed be ye poor. We're poor now. But spiritually, as it tells you in Revelation 2, spiritually we're rich. Because of the promises pertaining to us. You know, like you said, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. You know? Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh.
Yeah, because like I was just saying, man. All right, we're living in a poor condition, man. The state of Israel is dead. All right, we're and like the brother said, we're rich in faith. We're rich in the sense that we know that we know change is coming, man. We know that things are gonna change. But right now, we're living in this predicament. All right, you got all these bug outs around you. You got spirits messing with you. You got things always trying to, you know, make its way into your bubble. You know what I'm saying? Constantly under attack. You know, constantly having to be in situations you don't want to be in. You know, you living in shit. Just having neighbors sucks, man. In the scriptures, you ain't supposed to be having house to house like that, man. You're supposed to have land. All right? If you wanted to go visit your neighbor, you had to take a walk, man. See, and that's just wickedness, being all bunched up together in cities like this, and you wouldn't even realize it. You just look around and be like, this is normal. You know, this is how life God grew up. Like, in the scriptures, this is fucking abnormal, and it's wicked as hell. It's not, you're not supposed to be right next to each other where, you know, oh, your pipe breaks and it's flooding over into your neighbor's lawn, and now your neighbor's all banging on your door acting stupid with you. That's madness. You ain't supposed to be, and that's why you see a lot of people in neighborhoods like where Jake lives in, people getting shot, people getting stabbed, people getting beat up, right? Because they're living in apartment complexes, they're all fucking right, they're all bunched up right next to each other. You know, you gotta look at this guy every fucking day, man, you get tired of it. Hey, but that's real, you know? And then not only that, you're living with all these different mixed spirits. Nobody's under the same vibration. It's all confusion here. Everybody's got their own reality, right? Everybody's got their own fucking destiny and shit. And so it just creates tension in the earth. That's why there's so much tension in America, man. All right? So we're important. Hey man, we're important. Even if you have you living in a good neighborhood, you making a good amount, you still poor in this society, man. You still poor because, especially if you're an Israelite, man, because you are not living in a condition that you want to be in.
You're still subject to Esau.
You're still subject to Esau. You're still subject to being around madness. You're still subject to people interjecting their fucking shit onto you and your family.
You gotta pay taxes to Esau still. And if you're rich, you don't pay your property tax to your house. They'll come and take your house. The big before it goes on up. You know, but in our kingdom, we're gonna be rich. We're gonna have castles and kingdoms and countries. We're gonna have our own money with our own faces on it, man. Okay, trade amongst each other. I want to buy 500,000 camels for this brother. You're gonna exchange your money, and whatever change, he's gonna give you his money back. It's gonna be super dope. You're gonna have a brother's gold coin with his face on it. Yahushai's gonna have his own currency with his face on it. It's gonna be dope. But here it is, you got a fucking quarter or dollar bill with Esau on it. You ain't nobody in the system, brother. You got a mansion. Look at Floyd Mayweather. They call him Money Man, Floyd Mayweather. This nigga ain't got no real money.
He's an entertainer, man. He's a court jester. That's all that he is, man. All he does is entertain people. You know, and that's a rough entertainment industry to be in, is that you're fucking getting your ass kicked for money. You're getting your ass kicked for people to watch you get your ass. You literally have people watching you hoping that you get your ass kicked. You got people betting against you, man. I hope this motherfucker gets his ass kicked today so I can get cashed out. You know? You in a poor condition, man. That shit sucks. I don't care how much money you have. And you know, you gotta do what Esau tells you to do, man. Read that over again.
Read it over again.
Yeah, read it over again.
This is St. Luke 6:20. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, "Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled."
Blessed are you that hunger now. What are you hungering for? There's plenty of food in America, man. You're eating here. I don't give a fuck, bro. You eating here. Even these bums out here, they're eating too, man. All right, so it's not talking about hungering now. You're not starving yourself to death. All right, what you're hungering for is change, man. What you're hungering for is righteousness.
Like the righteous brothers. What do you say? I hunger
For your touch.
Yeah, for your touch.
Exactly what that is. You have a lust for righteousness, a hunger, a wanting, a yearning, an aching, an urging for there to be righteousness on the earth, man. Why? Because it affects you. Alright, it affects your family. I don't want my kids growing up in a society where they're teaching them that if you're a girl, you can become a boy if you want to. You know, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. There's an order to things, man. I want to live in a society where things have righteous laws, man. That's why there's so much wickedness in the earth, because there's no righteous laws, man. You think there would be so many child molesters on this earth if there was a death penalty for that shit? But no, they get locked up for a couple years and then they're back out again. So there's no real deterrent for somebody that's a sicko to do sick things, right? You think, you know, if it was lawful, you know, if you got caught stealing something, you had to repay that. Like, what was it, like tenfold? Sevenfold? There would be a lot less stealing because, man, I could steal this, but then if I get caught, I gotta give this back. And then if I get caught doing it, I can get smoked. And there ain't there was no, you know, investigation that's going on whether he shoulda, coulda, woulda, shouldn't have shot him or no, he was stealing your shit. You blew his ass away, and that was the end of it. He was a fucking thief. He was a piece of shit in your house. He wasn't where he was supposed to be, but in this society, you could shoot somebody stealing in your house, and you could go to fucking jail for murder, man.
Yeah, they get you up somebody like somebody was poor or hungry. And it's lawful for them to steal food. Take food for yourself.
There's a righteous, that's a righteous law.
But here it is in America, Babylon. You're hungry, you take some to eat. You fucking jail. You know, if it's still fucking happening, don't take your fucking jail. But according to the law, that was
Yeah, they had laws that those that owned land and had fruits and vegetables growing, that when they reaped their harvest, they weren't allowed to take everything off. They had to leave some for the poor. So Yahweh Shai looked out for everybody. See, this society, it's all about you. You're number one. You gotta look out for yourself. You got that saying, I gotta look out for number one. So that's not the way. That's not the way, man. It said to love your neighbor as yourself. That was the second greatest commandment. See, we want to live in a society where we can feel safe. Hey, there was places in old days where people would, certain towns where everybody knew each other, they wouldn't lock their doors because they didn't need to. That's how I want to feel, man. I want to, now, shit, I bug out if somebody knocks on my door. I'm fucking looking out there, who the fuck is this?
somebody walks by your sidewalk.
Yep.
Sometimes you find out. Sometimes you find out. What the fuck is this? Because people nowadays, man, they're totally wicked.
Yeah, you never know what somebody's up to.
They'll throw a fucking egg at your car just to do it. They'll pop your tire just to do it. They'll throw a bottle at your windows just to do it. Little fucking poor kids, man. They'll do things like that. Even a grown-ass man will do it.
Yep.
Fucking TV your tree.
See, you did shit like that in the ancient world, it was the stocks for your ass, man. You was getting beat. They would beat your ass, man. And it wasn't no light beating, man. You get whipped. You get lashed, bro.
You get jumped.
You get, yeah.
You get jumped. The script's talking about if somebody fucked up, you could give them stripes.
Yeah.
That means they could just
They grab you by the fucking neck. The rest of the town will come out. This is that motherfucker right here. They would just run up and start beating your ass. Take you before the judges. The judges are like, put this motherfucker in the stocks. This fool. That's what they call people like that. People that did shit like that in the ancient world, they call them, you were a fool, man. You did dumb shit just to do it. You were a fool.
This is verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, they shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
And that's why we can't go around in just our average everyday life talking about what we believe in. That's our whole life up like that, man. Nobody want to be around you. Nobody want anything to do with you. Oh, you're against homosexuals. Oh, you're crazy, man. You're a piece of shit. You're an asshole.
It'll be a so-called straight dude tell you what's wrong with that. Why can't they live their life? Or they'll say, live and let live. Shit like that. According to scriptures, man, you're supposed to get put to death if you're a sodomite. Why? Because that promotes death. Okay, it doesn't promote life. The Lord created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. The Lord said be fruitful and multiply. You know what? So the earth can be full of worshipers of Yahweh Shai and servants. For the servants of Yahweh Shai. That's why there's all those planets, man. That's why there's all those planets. So that there can be life. Okay, Yahweh is a creator of life. Death is just a punishment for those that don't appreciate life. You want to live? Okay, I'm gonna put you to death. I'm gonna bring this death. But if you love to live, there's blessings, man. The nations, when they come back in the kingdom, when they're in the kingdom, the nations are gonna get blessed to us. Okay, we're gonna bring rain upon their land, dew upon their lands. They're gonna have trees and fruits and vegetables like it was in ancient world. You're gonna have a big one grape's gonna be like this big. One apple's gonna be hella big. A tree's gonna be bigger than that fucking building now. An apple tree. But you look at an apple tree now, looks like a little shrub. man. You know?
Shit. Hey, that's why you know. Hey, that's why the judgment is gonna be so harsh when you think about it. Okay, homosexuals put to death. Adultery. If you commit adultery, you're supposed to be put to death, man. Now, if that law were in effect today, women would be damn near extinct. You wouldn't find too many women on the fucking planet. That'll tell you something, man. That'll tell you. That's why there's a day coming that's gonna burn like an oven, man. All right? Because we've all sinned. We've all done certain things, man. Okay? Hey, man, we all have demons. We all have certain things we deal with, man. All right? Ain't nobody just walking around perfect, man, like you have a shot.
Yeah, I'm sure he said this is a generation of adulterous generation.
Yeah, but these people, they ain't seeking mercy from the Lord, man. They don't even know. Hey, see, you couldn't tell a woman about adultery. They think you're a piece of shit, man. They'll look at you like you're an asshole, man. Hey, here it is.